my guitar.
G'day everyone, Not Sealed here. Today we're going for a little ride and I thought, make it fun. We'll tell a whole heap of jokes along the way. Now some of them are really corny, some of them are really bad, some of them are not too bad, but hey, add them to your joke list and let's go for a ride. Okay, I used to own a motorcycle which couldn't go anywhere. Later I found out that the reason being it was too tired. Woohoo! The motorcycle loved travelling on a single tyre. He thought it was a wheelie cool. Why would the carpenter upset when he made a motorcycle completely out of wood, including the engines, tyres and the entire body? He was upset because no matter how much he tried, the bike wouldn't start. What kind of bike does a cow love riding? A Kawasaki motorcycle. That's so bad it's good. An undertaker always rides his motorcycle slowly and never speeds it up because he is not an overtaker. Santa decides to ditch his sleigh to travel faster. He now rides a Harley Davidson. Yeah, that's bad. Why did the tomato rushing to buy himself a motorcycle? Because he wanted to catch up with his friends. Why did the bike need a kickstand or a side stand? Because it was very exhausted. What kind of motorcycle does a pirate ride? He rides an Harley Davidson. Last year we went camping in the woods and at night we heard a large number of bikes passing by. I guess there are a lot of hogs in the woods. Guess you have to be a Harley fan to understand that one. The hybrid bike was upset. I just can't be half a motorcycle, it moped. Which do you call a Jamaican super singer who also loves travelling to his shows in his special band of motorcycle? He's a Bob Harley. What did the bike reply when a car started telling very bad jokes? The motorcycle exclaimed, "Are you for wheel?" Whenever I ride my motorcycle, I always keep an excess of hay with me on the side of my motorcycle. I always use hay to increase the horsepower of my bike. Brum brum. Every motorcycle laughs, normally except the one which I own. It just laughs like a Yamaha ha ha. Yes, it is a Yamaha MT-07. Whenever I say motorcycle jokes, people laugh out loud. It feels like a triumph every time. Which motorcycle occupies the highest position in the bike's hierarchy? It's obviously the Duke KTM. Go Dukes! What kind of sound does a motorcycle of a pirate usually make? It goes like rum 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 rum. What type of sound does the motorcycle of a witch usually make? It goes broom 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 all night long. My brother once took his motorcycle to the doctor. He wanted to give it a fuel injection. Ouch, needles. Simba was extremely eager to buy a motorcycle so that he could move faster. Which is the best way to call a vicar who always speeds a bike? You call him Rev. What type of ice blocks do motorcycle riders like to eat when it's hot? Well, they like popsicles or popsicles. Why did the motorcycle rim scare the rider? Because it spoke. Yeah, that's actually good. Which motorcycle is an indigenous to Japan and is a master of stealth, disguises itself and is very swift in martial arts? It's definitely the Kawasaki Ninja. Why did the motorcycle decide to join a rock band? Because the motorcycle had a drum brake. Boom boom. How did the motorcycle dealer increase the price of a motorcycle? They just simply filled it up with gas. Yes, that applies for 2022. Crazy gas prices. Which motorcycle was the only thing on Earth to have travelled to a distant intergalactic planet where not even humans have been able to reach? It most definitely is the Kawasaki Vulcan. Go Star Trek. In the Batman movies, which motorcycle was Miss Quinn riding? Yes, it was a Harley. And here's a knock knock joke for you fans. Knock knock. Who is it? Philip. Philip who? Please fill up my gas tank. I have a long ride ahead, and yes, it will cost you a fortune. Bill was riding with his girlfriend Ruth on the back of his motorcycle, and he decided to show off, so he popped a wheelie, and Ruth fell off, but he rode on ruthless. I got a motorcycle for my wife last week. Best trade ever. Yeah. When I was 16 years old, I told my mum I wanted a motorcycle. She said, "You are not buying a motorcycle. My brother and uncle, who you never met, died in a horrible motorcycle accident. You can have his bike for free." What motorcycles do ghosts prefer to ride? A Bugatti. 3 rough motorcycle riders walked into a roadside restaurant. A middle-aged man was sitting inside eating his dinner, dressed in a nice suit and tie. The first rough rider went up to the man and butted out his cigarette and his drink, but the guy said nothing. The second rider spat into his meal. Still, the man in the suit said nothing. Finally, the third rider smacked the middle-aged man over the head with his gloves. Without saying a word, the well-dressed man got up and went outside. "What a loser," said one of the riders to the waitress. "He can't stand and fight like a real man." So the waitress said, "Yes, and he's a very bad driver as well. He just drove over 3 motorcycles with his 18-wheeler, trying to get out of the parking lot." I love riding my motorcycle. It helps me get to the front of queues quicker, although it does terrify the people in the post office queue. Okay, this next one's my favourite. A young man dies and appears at the Pearly gates. A question's asked of him: "Have you ever done anything of particular merit? Have you exhibited courage throughout your life?" St. Peter asks. "Well, I can think of only one thing," the man offers. "Once I came upon a group of bikers who were bothering this really beautiful young woman. I told them to leave her alone, but they wouldn't listen. So I approached the largest, meanest, toughest looking dude there. I smacked him on the head, kicked his bike over, ripped out his nose ring, and threw it on the ground and told him, 'Now get out of here.'" St. Peter was visibly impressed. "When did this happen?" A few moments ago," the young man replied. "Dope." You know what? I reckon that motorcycle riders should start wearing stormtrooper helmets. That way they wouldn't hit anything. Da-dum. A teenage girl brought her new boyfriend home to meet her parents. They were appalled by his leather jacket, motorcycle boots, tattoos, and a pierced nose. Later the parents pulled their daughter aside and confessed their concern. "Dear," the mother said, "he doesn't seem very nice." "Oh, please, Mum," the daughter replied. "If he wasn't nice, why would he be doing volunteer work? 200 hours of community service. What a great guy." Yeah, right. Okay, these next 2 jokes I'm going to have to apologise for Harley Davidson riders in advance. How do you know when your Harley Davidson motorcycle is out of oil? It stopped leaking. Oh no. In fact, I've heard that Harley Davidson motorcycles are a lot like dogs. They mark their territory everywhere they go. Sounds like a bit of a theme. Isn't it weird when you're out riding your motorbike and a police officer pulls up behind you or in front of you or alongside of you? Don't you feel a little bit paranoid rather than protected? It's strange how society's going that way. Well, that's all the motorcycle jokes I have for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as we have some really interesting content coming up that you don't want to miss out on. Ride safe, everyone.